Claude just changed e-commerce forever. What used to take hours of research, watching tutorials, learning your way around the Shopify theme editor, and weeks of manual work can now be done in less than an hour. Now, most of you are probably wondering, why not just use Shopify's built-in AI editor? And my answer to that is this is way better. Unlike Shopify, you can now build whole pages using Claude. You literally just type what you want and the entire store builds itself. I've used every single e-commerce tool that's come out over the past 10 years, and this is probably the biggest thing I've ever seen. If you're a beginner right now, you've got no excuses anymore. Building a Shopify store that actually helps you get more sales has never been this easy. That's why today I'm going to show you 5 ways you can use Claude Code with Shopify that'll save you hours of manual work. Let's get into it. Now, to take advantage of Claude Code, you need to actually connect it to your Shopify store. And it's actually pretty easy to do this. First, head over to vscode.com and download VS Code. It's a free code editor that Microsoft made, and it's just going to help us avoid using the terminal, which is really confusing. So once VS Code is installed, open it up and click on Open. Then just create a folder. You could call it Shopify Claude and hit Enter. This is going to tell VS Code where to store all the files we create. Now, head over to the Extensions tab on the left side. It looks like 4 little squares stacked together. Search Claude Code, click Install, and it'll add itself to VS Code. You just have to sign up for your account, and now you don't need to think about it again. Then just click on the Claude icon on the top right, and you'll see a chat interface where you can just type things. Now, tell it to install the Shopify CLI. It will give multiple options, but just copy the text under the options that says install via npm. Once that's installed, just tell it to connect to your Shopify store. It'll ask for authentication, so take the URL of your store and paste it into the chat. If for any reason it doesn't work, go to the top menu that says Terminal, click on New Terminal, and it will open up a new terminal window. So now just type Shopify auth login. Then you must confirm that the store it's trying to enter is the correct one. To make sure everything is wired up, just run a quick test, something like tell me what themes I have in my store. Now here's something really important. Don't start working on your live theme, because if something goes wrong, it's gonna mess up your entire store. Instead, tell it to duplicate the live theme and continue to work only on that copy. That's it. Now your setup is done. Now real quick guys, in order for you to actually source these products without having to risk money on inventory, especially as a beginner, you're most likely going to have to drop ship from China because that's the only profitable way to do it. Now, what you need here is a reliable private agent that has a clean track record with fair prices and fast delivery times. And trust me, as someone who's been through all the shitty suppliers in the past 10 years, nobody can match the experience I get from using Team Drop. They've shipped over 200,000 units of products for me over the years, and I never had to even touch the product. I just focus on selling. Now, the average delivery time has been 7 to 12 days, which, believe it or not, is really fast for drop shipping. And I rarely get customer complaints. You just need good customer service. Now, the platform is super easy to use. You just connect it to your Shopify store, and once you're in, this is what you'll see. You can find products easily by searching with an image. Now, if they don't have the exact product you searched for, all you have to do is open your dedicated WhatsApp chat with your private agent, and they will source it for you. They'll talk to the factory and negotiate the best price for you. And then when you get orders, they pop up in the dashboard just like this. Team Drop automatically sends your customers tracking numbers through Shopify. Now, I have tons of orders here, as you can see, because unlike most other YouTubers that pitch you a dropshipping supplier they don't use, this is actually my go-to platform. Now, to sign up for Team Drop, make sure to use the link in the description below. It's completely free, and they will give you special treatment because you came through my link. Now, here's where things start getting fun. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you already know I talk all the time about how perception is everything in e-commerce. The way you design your product page is literally the difference between somebody hitting buy now and somebody closing the tab. That's not me being dramatic, guys. That's just how it actually works. But see, most people just throw their product onto a standard Shopify theme layout. They'll slap together a generic add to cart button, a basic description, and a couple of stock photos. It ends up looking like every other store on the internet. Meanwhile, the brands that are actually killing it have product pages designed to make people buy. Custom sections, trust elements, comparison charts, everything that makes a product page work. The problem is that it takes days of learning design and copy. But now Claude Code is literally your own developer. You can take any product page from any store you like and tell Claude Code to replicate that exact design on your store with your products. It studies the structure, the layout, the sections, everything, and then it rebuilds it onto your theme. So to do this, find a product page you like. It can be one from your competitors or a design you found on Pinterest. Let's say I love how my competitor's product page looks, right? I'm gonna take a full screenshot of it. You can actually use a Chrome extension called Go Full Page for this. Then I'll drop those screenshots into Claude Code with a prompt that basically just says, rebuild this product page design on my store for this product, keep the layout, the sections, and the visual hierarchy identical, but use my product info and images instead. Now Claude Code starts working, it figures out the code for every single section and applies it to your theme. And just like that, you've got a near identical version of that page running on your store with your product on it. Now the wild thing about this is you don't actually need to be a designer for it to work. You just need to have decent taste and know what a good product page looks like when you see one. And you can literally borrow that taste from the brands already winning. By the way, I'm giving away a template that has the exact framework I'm walking you through right now. The setup steps, the prompts I'm about to show you, and the full workflow I personally use when I'm building a store with Claude Code. You can get it for free with the link in the description. Now, let's continue. This next prompt is the one that I use the most because it kills the most annoying part of running a Shopify store. You finish building your store, but when you test it on your browser, you notice little details that look off. Things like the cart icon not matching with your branding. The trust badges are buried at the bottom of the page. The font size on mobile is wrong. All of these are pretty annoying to fix. You'd have to go into Shopify theme editor, click around manually, section by section, and try and figure it out. Or you just ignore it and go on with your life because you think it doesn't matter. But trust me, it absolutely matters. You see, those little details are what makes somebody trust your store enough to give you their credit card details. So let me show you how you can make these changes fast with Claude. Say I hate the default cart icon. I just open Claude Code and type change every cart icon across the site to a shopping bag icon with this color. Then I paste the code of the color I want, hit enter, and it goes through every file and swaps the icons for me. Now let's say I want to build more trust on every product page. I type something like add 4 trust badges directly under the buy button on every product page, money back guarantee, secure checkout, free shipping over $50, and 24/7 support. Claude Code goes through, creates the section, and adds it to every product page. So every time you need to edit something on your store, just tell Claude to do it. And look, I know some of you have tried doing all of this and failed, but it's not your fault. You've probably watched so many of us creators on YouTube, got overwhelmed with all of the different methods being taught. Like I remember when I was first starting out, when I was 18, it was overwhelming for me. And that's exactly why I launched my one-on-one mentorship program, where I get on calls with you every week, helping you build the store, run the ads, and actually make sure you don't follow any conflicting advice and only follow the strategies that I'm actively executing on in 2026 to get results like this. This was the last 30 days. I launched this store barely 2 months ago, and it's already crossed 6 figures in sales profitably, all by leveraging AI. See, I've been doing this for 10 years, so I have a ton of confidence in my ability to help you. And the proof is here too. We've helped over 200 people quit their jobs, get the car they've been wanting, the house they've been wanting, and finally escape the matrix once and for all. Don't feel any pressure though. I'll leave a link in the description below. You can book a free call when you're ready, and we can have a quick chat to see if it's a good fit for you. Anyway, now that your store actually looks like the way you want it to, there's another thing that most people want to avoid: adding products manually to Shopify. You see, when you want to scale, a great way to do that is by scaling your catalog, finding more winning products to add to your catalog. But unfortunately, that also means scaling your problems because adding products manually is a pain in the ass. Every single product needs a title, a description, pricing variants, images, SEO tags, and collections. And if you're adding 30 products, that's a full weekend of work, probably even more. But Claude Code can do all of this in bulk. So first things first, create a spreadsheet of products you want to add using Claude. You can attach screenshots from the products you want to add and tell Claude to fill in a spreadsheet that uses the format that Shopify tells you to use. Just search up Shopify CSV template on Google and download the file. Then you feed the CSV file into Claude Code and tell it, take this list of products, scrape the product info, write descriptions in my brand voice, price them at 2.5x the cost, assign them to the bestsellers collection, and publish them as drafts so I can review them before going live. Then Claude Code goes through every URL, pulls the data, writes the copy, sets the prices, and creates every product for me. What used to be hours of grueling work can now be done in minutes. But guys, I saved my favorite hack for last. This one is genuinely the move that's going to give you the biggest unfair advantage in 2026. Look, the fastest way to win in e-com is to study what's already working and just improve upon it. I preach this with products, with ads, with everything. But until now, doing this in your store has been painful. You'd have to manually scroll through 4 or 5 competitor stores, take notes, compare them to your own store, try to decide what to copy and what to ignore. That alone is hours, if not days of analysis. And then after doing all that, you still have to actually make the changes yourself, which means tinkering with a website all by yourself. But see, now you can give Claude Code the URL or screenshots from your competitors' stores and have it compare them to yours. So let me walk you through through the exact 3 prompts I use for this. Prompt 1 is the actual analysis. You feed Claude Code your store URL plus 3 competitor URLs, and you tell it to do a gap analysis using this prompt. Now, I'm not going to read that, but what Claude will do is go through every competitor's URL, review my own store, and come back with a full gap matrix and a list of fixes I can make. Now, the second prompt will give you clarity in what to actually change. The output from the first prompt will usually give you a lot of gaps, and you need to know which ones actually move the needle. So follow up with this prompt right here. Now you have a clean list of fixes ranked by what's actually going to make you more money. The final prompt is just going to make sure that the changes are done correctly. Pick one fix from the list. Let's say we pick add a comparison table section on the product page. Then tell it the following prompt. Then I review what it's about to do, and if I like it, Claude Code will edit the files, validate everything, and give me a preview URL where I can see the changes before I publish it to my real store. Then just keep running the same prompt with every fix in the list, and by the end of the day, you'll have a store that looks like $1 million brand. So now you've seen exactly how to take a plain template store and turn it into a real Shopify brand without ever touching code. The playing field has changed, guys, and the ones who win in 2026 aren't the ones with the most experience or the biggest budget. They're the ones moving the fastest with the right AI tools. And quick reminder here, the free template I mentioned earlier is linked in the description below. It's completely free. It's the entire playbook I personally use when I'm building stores with Claude Code. And please, guys, let me know in the comments if you found this video useful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.